Hey, good morning. I thought I would do a little video. Nice chill Saturday morning here on the boat. Kind of give you a walkthrough of this morning. Obviously my bed here in the bedroom. Looking down the port hull of the boat. My master bathroom. You know, you guys have had the tour before, but you know, just kind of giving you a feel for it. Nice, like I said, chill morning this morning. This is where I'm at today. Obviously Puerto Rico over here. I'm over here in St. John where this blue dot is. This is just Google Maps. And so this big bay, all these bays, multiple bays, the big area is generally called Coral Bay. We're over here in Hansen Bay, anchored here in this little side bay inside the big Coral Bay complex. This is the main Coral Bay harbor. A lot of moorings in there and some restaurants and stuff here. Pretty much everything else is just private houses, if anything, around. And so we're anchored, like I said, over here in Hansen Bay. There's 5 of us in here. 4 of us are all together, friends, and the 5th one, don't know who they are, sitting here in the anchorage. And I got 2 other tablets. This, I always keep my weather radar up so I can see. The little blue circle shows where I'm at, so I can see what the weather's doing, if there's any rain coming. And then this one, it's zoomed out at the moment. This one is my anchor watch. It shows where the anchor is, and the blue dot is where I am. And it draws a line of where I've been floating around all night. And if it goes outside that circle, the alarm goes off, and I can adjust the size of the circle and all that. So you can see, you know, where I'm at here in Hansen Bay. And it's super easy for me just to walk by and glance at it and see where I am in the circle and that everything's good. Of course, I got my jazz music playing this morning. Galley. And my main salon area. And so I've been sitting out here on the foredeck this morning on my chair. Super comfortable morning, just my morning drink, and I had some cashews in the bowl and reading a book. This is my view looking out from Hansen. That out there is the ocean. So that's the main entrance into the big bay. And then somewhere over there around the corner goes into the inner harbor. And the other boats here in the anchorage. So kind of walk around, looking back. Actually, I think I'll go upstairs, get a little bit better of a bird's eye view. And so this is the beach at Hansen Bay. It's technically a private beach, but apparently they let you go ashore, and supposedly if you give them a donation you can hang out at the beach, on the beach there. I've been playing around with a sunshade on the back deck, so it's kind of temporary rigged up. It's working pretty good. And again, my upper flybridge area. So right next door is Rome, friends of mine. Neat couple, a lot of fun. The next boat over is the boat still says "This Is Me," but that's the former name. It's got a new name, but also friends of mine. They have the slip beside me in Palmas. And then the sail cat there, we don't know them, but then the power cat beyond is similar to my boat. Mine's a 48, that's a 44, and that's a couple that I met in Florida. And they're here as well. So we got 4 of us hanging out here. We're gonna go and hang out on the beach today. And then tomorrow, Easter Sunday, we're gonna do a potluck, probably on my boat. We'll all get together and have a nice potluck. And so there's another beach over here, and even another little beach over there that you can get to. And so just a beautiful, calm day. Probably hear the waves crashing up on the rocks a little bit here. But as you can see, not much of waves, just a tiny bit of a surge. So super, super comfortable. I haven't snorkeled out here, but you can snorkel around these rocks. It's supposed to be pretty good. And in the past, I have anchored over here, kind of below that greenhouse, that house with the green roof. Actually, more of a below this white house on the left, kind of below that red house up above there. I've anchored over there in the past, but I haven't anchored where I am today in Hansen. Rome and This Is Me over there. They've been here for a week, I think, maybe a little longer. I think This Is Me's been here longer than that. They actually have a house on St. John up on the hillside over here. They've got a house somewhere up in there. They VRBO it, so it's rented out, and they live on their boat full time. And Rome is they're full-time cruisers. They're retired and they cruise full-time. They bought their boat in Argentina. It's Argentinian built. Really neat boat. And they brought it up from Argentina, and they hung out in Puerto Rico for a while where I met them. They were in Palmas del Mar for 3 or 4 months, hanging out with all of us, and so we've gotten to be good friends. And Rome and This Is Me are the big reason I came back over to St. John right now, because Rome's getting ready to head south through the Caribbean and explore. And so I just wanted to come and hang out with them and Aaron and Tara on This Is Me for a little while. And then I found out that the power catamaran over there is named Pura Vida. I found out they were still in the area, and so they came over and joined us. I got into this anchorage yesterday, late afternoon, after I was done with my phone calls at work. And they came over and anchored about a half hour after I did and joined us. So yeah, just a beautiful, chill morning, hanging out. We'll walk around just a little bit more. Again, my nice little comfy spot here. And I'm just have a seat here and let you see that's kind of been my view this morning, just looking out, having a nice morning. It's, temperature is always 80 degrees, 80 something degrees here, so it's super comfortable, just in shorts and no shirt. It's always comfortable. It's probably 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm not even sure. As I said, just been reading this book. I got this book on the cruise that I was on with that networking group. They gave us, everybody who went on the cruise got this book, financial book, and I thought I'd sit and read it. I got my paddleboard in the water because I paddled over to Rome last night, and we all sat and had some hors d'oeuvres on their boat last night. I haven't even put my dinghy in the water. I've been over in another bay by myself. I mean, there's been other boats come and go, but no friends of mine, over in Lamashire Bay, and just so I could work, good place to kind of isolate and sit by myself and focus on working. So, today's Saturday morning. I left last Monday. I think I left, I left Monday morning, and I haven't even had my dinghy in the water, so I haven't been on shore. And today's the first day, or last night's the first night I even had my paddleboard in. So I put the paddleboard in, and like I said, paddled over to Rome and hung out with them last night. And here's my back. My back deck is always super comfortable. This big open back window is super comfortable. These bar stools. This is where I eat most of the time, sitting here at the bar. Got my back windows open. These are great because it goes right down. There's the master bed. And so I get a breeze through with the front hatch open. The breeze blows right on through, which is always really nice. My back seating area. We get so much tropical rain. This area is usually wet all the time back here. It's part of my playing around with this sunshade, and long term I'd like to get actually a solid cover back here to keep the rain off, keep the sun and the rain off. It would make this area much more usable and comfortable. And then again, main salon, galley area. And being on anchor, not on a mooring, you know, as I said, I've got the Anchor Watch software up, which really is great, instills a lot of confidence, makes it really comfortable to be able to sleep knowing that alarm goes off if I get outside that circle. But I always keep my big flashlight here. This doesn't look huge, but it's super bright. It's like those old-fashioned flashlights, you know, big torches we used to have, super bright. This is a rangefinder for golf. You look through it like a monocular, but you press the button and it shoots a little laser beam and tells you how far something is away, which is really nice for anchoring. You know, I can figure out exactly how far away I am from Rome, so that, you know, if we're to swing around, are we gonna possibly hit? I just see Aaron's taking the dogs to the beach. They've got 2 dogs on board, so he's taking the dogs to the beach this morning for their morning walk. But like with the binocular here, of course I can't show you the view through it, but I sight on them. They're 155 feet away from me right now, and I got about 150 feet of chain out, scope on my anchor, because I'm in about 30 feet of water.